Hi everybody. I'm here to show you how I bullet journal. I am in sales and I like the bullet journal method because it is very adaptable. However, I am not an artistic person, so I just need this to be very functional. This is my plum paper planner. I got this online. It is an A5 size. I just got it with dotted pages. I'll go through it here real quick. And I've got a couple of other sections back here which I'll show you. This one is brand new, so I'm setting it up. It does come standard with these pages. Special dates here, I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not. Plus it comes with these ideas, plans, goals. I'm not quite sure how I can use that either, but we'll figure something out. So let's get right into it. So this is how I've done it. And some of this is done already because I want to get into really the heart of how I bullet journal. You don't need to see new layouts or new setups. So this is going to be my year at a glance. You can see I haven't done it yet. It's a lot of tedious writing. I don't have the best handwriting either. This is my future log. We're about to start November, so I have December plus the first 5 months of 2019. Like I said, I am in sales, and the one thing that I did put on here was I put a quota, and I have a year to date. So this would be my percentage year to date. My commission is based off of where I fall every month in my year to date percentage. Quarterly, we get bonuses or higher commission levels if we meet certain marks. So that's why I have that there. This is going to be a spread for goals. I have multiple goals that I want to try and accomplish, both monthly, quarterly, annually, and 5 months. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I did want to put something in here for that. I have done this different type of when did I last. It's kind of a tracker. As you can see, I have two things in here. When did I last have my period? I'm almost 50. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. This kind of gives me an idea of the tracking of them. I wear contact lenses. They're monthly disposables, and I have never been able to remember the first of the month to throw them out and put new ones in, so I just figured I would start that there. I have no idea what I'm going to do on this page yet. We'll see. So this is my November setup. Again, didn't think you needed to see me draw a calendar. I again have my quota up there. Here's a habit tracker. It again is very standard, except for I've got it broken down into a couple of different sections. So this is sort of a health, this is work, this is just everyday kind of things that I want to remember. I can never remember the last time I watered my plants or when I vacuumed or when I did the toilets, because again, my job is kind of sporadic, so therefore my cleaning schedule is a little sporadic. And down here is just some other things, some no spend. I try not to wash my hair every day. I try to do it every 3 to 4 days, but again, I can never remember. I do try to read, I try to journal every day, and then I want to do a budget or a goal check every day. We'll see if those stick. This is just a log of what I spent my money on. I am in the process of developing a website, and it's about starting over again, and how I am single, I have kids, the goals that I want to have for both me financially, for me fitness-wise, and for me work-wise. So this money is a big goal for me, and this is why I want to keep track of my spending. Over here, I just want to put when all of my auto payments are, and I'm working on reducing some debt in my life. Don't we all need to reduce some debt of some sort? So this is where I want to get started on how I plan my weeks and how I do my dailies. So again, as I said, I'm in sales, and I have geographically a large territory. So I have to be strategic about my mapping out of when I set appointments. We are encouraged to see 3 to 4 clients a day, and again, my geography is so large that when I'm setting appointments, I need to figure out where I'm going to be on what days, so that I have target areas to go to. So let's get into it. Sort of start marking this out. As I said, I don't have the best of handwriting, but we're going to give it a shot. I do like the spiral bound books because I can then flip it back As you can see here, I have just started just the 1 week on this one page, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. As I said, I'm in sales. I have a large geographic territory. I'm encouraged to see 3 to 4 clients per day. Occasionally, I have to be in the office, and so those days I need to be strategic about what clients I'm seeing and where I'm going, just because I could potentially be 4 hours away driving from my clients. So I don't have the best of handwriting, as you can see here. I do start working in pencil just because it's easier for me, and I'll go back over and cover it in pen. But I marked off about 4 lines per day here. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm just going to use this here. I do use a ruler. I'm not the greatest of writing. And I'm just going to go like this. This. I also do this out a good week or so. We use Salesforce in my company, and we have to keep all of our appointments logged in Salesforce. We do have like an inside sales unit that also sets appointments for us. So I don't always get to pick where I'm going on what days. I can obviously reschedule some things, but I really try my best not to, because if a customer has said that they want to meet with us on a certain day, I'm going to try my best to meet with them on that day. I do not want to put them out. I appreciate everybody's time, so I want to make sure that I'm respectful of their time. So as you see, this is all I do. I'm just going to write here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So how I'd use this is I would I have 3 to 4 lines, 3 lines to put appointments. I kind of, again, generally, when I set one appointment for a day, I will generally put the larger town in that area, so that as I am, okay, so I apologize for that, but as I was saying, I put the larger town over here so that as I'm setting additional appointments, I can kind of keep an eye of where I am going to be. I also will use this area down here for any more detailed notes on what potentially, I could be meeting with Joe Smith of XYZ Construction Company, and although he doesn't have an office, so, or the address that we have for him in Salesforce might be a P.O. box. I will put a note down here saying where we're actually going to meet. All right, so on this side, I'm going to start dailies, and I do a couple of things. I do like to note the weather, both the temperature and the kind of weather it is. I do note sunrise and sunset, and I also, because I live on the water, I also note the tides. So those are some of the things that I do like to have in my daily. I do use a full page for my dailies, and I'll show you why. So if I were to start here, and I'm going to use my Sharpie. I do like the Sharpie pens. And I do add some color here. You can see some color off to the side. I do some color, but it's really, this is more for functional stuff. As I set up my month, I will then, do my week. I don't always do all the days at once. Sometimes I do an entire week of days. Sometimes I don't. It all depends. A lot of times at the end of the day, I'll sit down and I'll review my day and set up for the next day. So here we go. All right, so we have Monday, November 5th. And then I am going to do my boxes over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 6. Again, I'm going to use my ruler. Goodness, why can't I get it up? And I am taking my time doing this because I'm filming for you, but normally this goes really quite quick. So when I start my day over here at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do go all the way to 8 because I do still have one daughter who is home, and occasionally I'll have evening appointments for her. So this is going to be my temperature. This is going to be my sunrise. And again, it's not trying to be too terribly artistic here, just getting it done. This is how I do my tides. So high tides would be in one box, low tides would be in another, and sometimes there's only one day, one high tide in a day, sometimes it's only one low tide in a day, but I do like to have the two lines just in case. And this first one would be my weather. Now, occasionally, if there's a specific goal that I have for that day, I would put a goal here. My goal today is, for example, sometimes I am struggling on the phone, so my goal would be to set 4 appointments or to make my 40 dials or to do something like that. And then I would write it out here, and then I have a to-do list. And my work to do and my personal to do is all lumped in the same list. So that's what that is. Down here, I may write a couple of notes about the day. I may make some notes about a client that I met with that I might need second steps to go on, or next steps for the client. Or sometimes I just journal. Occasionally I do have a sprocket. Occasionally, if there was a gorgeous picture that I saw that day, I will put that picture down there and write a little something about it. But that's how I use my bullet journal. I'm going to try and keep up with a YouTube channel and every week do something different. I'll talk to you about how the journal has worked for me this week. If it didn't work, what things I need to tweak. And I'll see if I can't do some flip throughs. Unfortunately, because I do have clients in here, I might not be able to totally do a full flip through for you. But there you go. There's my bullet journal.